Okay, quick Wednesday morning radar update. 4 inside days we're dealing with today. All markets trading inside yesterday's range. Extremely boring action. Nothing to see in gold. It's still just bumbling around on the lower sort of end of that channel. Metals are mixed. Copper, zinc slightly up. Nickel slightly down. Let's just jump into TLT is expected to open on its lows. Bitcoin's just bumbling around up there. Dollar in the sort of supply zone, working on that. And let's just have a look at cable as well. Yeah, nothing to see. Absolute sleepy market. Though that might change when I have a look through the volume leaders. So it is just gone 10 o'clock. We should have traded 23% to be on average volume. That would be 35% to be on conviction. I've already got 23% in. And small caps are pretty perky again. Lots of miners. So miners leading today. Let's just buzz through these. It's a lose more scenario. Turn to a loss. No forward on any of these. Financials. Producers. No forward on any of these markets. So lose more. Very small tick up in the forward numbers on this one. We talked about this one. You know, the steps to getting involved with something like that. Not that interesting to me though. I do see the quite large quarter-on-quarter number, but still full year looks awful. Well, not awful, but flat. No forward on any of these. We're in the minors here. Gem Diamonds continues. Through to the Oilers. Only one REIT today in the small caps. I bet the large caps got a few more. BKS. So, you know, pretty small on the numbers, this company, but I have a position. I will just note that. But it's trading towards accelerating growth across the board, basically. Year on year earnings per share, profit, turnover, and it's an earnings breakout on these sort of earnings per share and profit as well. So I'm actually hoping it goes sideways for some time to come and just coils up a bit more. Then I can sort of add more earlier, so to speak. But I don't just add to trades. I when I get an add point, I have a criteria a stock has to basically perform, which happens over and over again in all good trends. But I just have to let these things grind out into mean trend and then trigger my add point for me. And before I add to them, I only add on strength. When I say strength, I mean real strength, not just a little pop on an intraday chart. Pretty boring one, but I'll just punch this one in. MAI. Moving on. Not that interested myself. And into the large caps. See what's in there this morning. So it's 7 minutes past. We should have traded 24%. So it's all about the small caps today, because the large caps are extremely quiet. There is only 23 stocks in the large caps today. I will buzz through them. While drinking my coffee. FXPO continues. It tries to continue anyway. Boku just up there near the highs as well. Yeah, extremely quiet day. SeaWorld into the Voodoo average. That little that gap down there must have really made a lot of people puke their positions. This was the popular stock. People were averaging down this stock from all the way up here. It was unbelievable. When the market crashed, the stocks what went down the most tend to get the most action, and this leads to people losing the most money on these things. And then it bounces back up into mean trend, and then it takes the lows out again. Offsides everyone, and then it just melts up off the lows. This is not the kind of action you're going to get a smooth trending ride on. It doesn't matter what Soapbox Wednesday we call it. I get on my soapbox. It doesn't matter what the percent move is in the stock when it, once you know how to position size for stocks, you'll start position sizing for tight ranges because they can only expand, and the weighting on your account will be different for every stock. It should be different for every stock. If you just put 5% in this and 5% in that and 5% in this, it's like the tail wagging the dog. So you will, the reason people always say, I don't mess with those penny stocks because I always get whacked on them. It's because they do that. They just go, well, I put 5% in everything, or I put 2.5% in everything, whatever. And then they find the most volatile stocks dominate the volatility of the portfolio. It just shakes the portfolio up and down, up and down. And then they add to that. So they add to the most volatile stock. And in reality, well, not in reality, but once you learn to position size, you go looking for the low risk tight ranges where the wrong area is always going to be quite a big percentage on a small thin penny stock, and it's always going to be extremely close to the market on a very thick large cap stock. But when something's trading volatile loose action, most people tend to just keep averaging down the loser and end up with a big position in a volatile instrument. It's the exact opposite of what you want. You want a low risk, low volatility sort of entry, and from a tight range that lets you have a pretty, a meaningful size position. And basically, if it does take off in the direction of the trend, the volatility will increase in the winner, not in the loser. Volatility in losers is just, it's a recipe for bad decisions being made. Volatility in winners, suck it up. That's what you've got to do. If you want to make big money in the markets, you've got to suck up the volatility in big winners. Most people do the opposite. They top slice their big winners, what have been taken with low risk entries, and they get scared of the profit, but they're happy to fight a loser by just keep buying into it. The exact opposite is how the money is made. And the market, in the worst stocks, will have the worst sell-offs. You'll notice how this stock has not taken part in the whole market move. It's still down. It's still down from the market crash. It's gone down, it's gone up, it's gone. Then people will say, I trade volatility. Yeah, if you trade volatility on an intraday basis or a couple of days, maybe. But anything swings to trends, even for a swing trade, absolute, worst stock to do it in, because you need a wide stop. It's multiples of how you're working, and you don't make any more money no matter what the percent swing is once you learn to position size. Fixed fractional, Google it. Okay, and that's today's volume leaders and radar update.